hi, hello, welcome back. Today's video was going to be me creating a really nice protein ball recipe. It was going to be good for you, high protein, macro friendly, and then I woke up feeling like so I've scrapped that video idea and that can come another day, and I thought what might be more useful today, both for myself, because, you know, I'm being a little bit selfish here, but also for you guys, would be a video about keeping sane during isolation. I do feel a little bit hypocritical making this video because I'm not too sure I'm staying sane during isolation, and I didn't want to make another video just giving my top tips for isolation where I recommend you meditate and exercise and do all those things that, like, we definitely should be doing and I am doing, but I didn't want to just make another video that everybody else is making, because at the end of the day, that's your decision. But we all know at the moment that if we are doing yoga and taking time for ourselves and being kind to ourselves, it is going to help. Like, we all know this. You don't need another video to reaffirm that. So instead, what I'm going to do is teach you some tips that I have learned the hard way not to do during self-isolation. Alright, let's start with number one. This is a big one, and this is something I still battle with every single day. Do not over-caffeinate. So when I first started my self-isolation 2 weeks ago, when I had to fly from Brisbane to Adelaide, I thought,
this is going to be fun.
I will just drink coffee all throughout the day, because if I have a panic attack or if I go a bit nuts from the caffeine, because I mean, I'm a very, very small, tiny little lady, it doesn't take much for me to get over caffeinated, let's put it that way. I thought it would be a fun idea to drink a lot of coffee. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still drinking a lot of coffee. I haven't yet learned. Now, coffee, it's great. It tastes delicious. It gives you a little bit of pep in your step. It's warm. It's comforting. It's like a hug in a mug. It's great. However, it has some side effects that if you're a little bit sensitive to caffeine, you could do with watching out for. Coffee can raise your anxiety levels, it can heighten your feelings of panic and doom. We all already have higher than normal baseline anxiety levels right now, so just take it from me. Replace that third coffee with maybe a decaf. If you go to make the Dalgona whipped coffee like my previous video outlined, maybe try the instant decaf. This is a word to you, but also to me. Just don't overdo it, especially during this time. Yes, we're stuck in the house, so I was like, if I have a panic attack, I'm stuck at home. It doesn't actually matter. Panic attacks still suck, even if you're stuck at home by yourself. Turns out that they're just not a fun time. I'm probably not going to take my own advice, not going to lie, but if one of you guys takes my advice, it's all worth it. Okay, second one, don't replace every meal with cereal. Cereal is great. I am of the belief that cereal does not discriminate. Cereal is fantastic for a meal. Cereal is even better for a snack. It is great in the morning. It is great in the evening. Cereal is a very great food. However, it is tempting during this time to just eat nothing but cereal. And I don't know if anyone else has had this issue, but I definitely have. I just really like cereal. And I usually have this rule: when I open a cereal, I have to finish that box before I buy a new one, because otherwise I end up with like 10 different types of cereals all going stale. Turns out when I'm in quarantine, rules don't apply. So I've had like all these fun cereals to choose from. It's not good. Every now and then, get a vegetable, get a fruit. In fact, if you're gonna have cereal, go for it. Top it with a sliced banana. Top it with some strawberries. Make it with some protein milk instead of ordinary milk, so you're getting in your protein, you're getting in a little bit of sustainable energy. Number three, don't date. Don't do it. Okay, so I get it. We're all lonely. We're all so lonely right now, unless you're stuck indoors with your partner, in which case you probably hate each other about this stage. I am a lonely girl. I have not even had a date in 2 years. I have not had a boyfriend in 2.5 years. That's a long time. This feeling of being trapped within our own four walls only exacerbates our feelings of loneliness right now. So I get it why the idea of dating sounds appealing right now, but it's not a good idea. I'm seeing apps like Tinder and Bumble and Hinge, I think is the other one, all coming out with these new features so you can video chat and video call people, and that's all great and well. I have this theory that all of this corona stuff is going to make us all very, very socially anxious. We're already kind of socially anxious. I know I certainly am. I just feel like a video chat is not a replacement for a face-to-face encounter here, and you may spend months growing and developing this relationship or this something with someone only to meet them in person and then be like, and that's an awkward time that we just all don't need. The idea of dating during this time in isolation when we can't actually see people makes me feel a bit queasy. My advice to you, and again, you don't need to listen to me because hell, I don't listen to me, although I don't do this, delete Tinder, delete Bumble, delete Hinge, and realize that they're only adding in these features so people keep using the apps. I don't know if it's the best idea to be doing that right now. Focus this time on you. Grow your sense of self-worth, grow your sense of self-love, and then when all of this crazy stuff ends and we're back in the gym and we're back in ordinary life, everyone will be ready to go. Everyone will be like, right, I have had my time of self-love. I hold myself on a pedestal. I know who I am. I'm gonna go find someone that can love me for me. Instead of just throwing yourself into situations that may just end up hurting you in the long run. This next one is a big one. And again, something I'm very guilty of doing, and that is over distraction. I sometimes don't like to face reality. We all do it. I will fill my days, especially at the moment when I'm not working and I'm not really doing much, I'm spending all day at home, over distracting. My consumption of things such as YouTube videos, podcasts has gone from already being quite high to being astronomically high. I usually have something on in the background all the time. That's a little bit different to having, say, TV on in the background all the time. If you're someone that needs noise and you don't necessarily want music on all the time, I think that having the TV on in the background is okay, because usually it's just rubbish that you're not going to pay attention to. If you are having like a YouTube video on or a podcast on in the background all the time, it can overload your brain a little bit. And I know that it's actually been quite exhausting for me on days when I have listened to a lot of podcasts or watched a lot of YouTube videos. I almost get this like weird burnout feeling because it's just a bit too overwhelming. In terms of YouTube, I'm someone that really enjoys watching vlogs. Vlogs are great. We get a little bit of insight into other people's lives. Sometimes it feels like they're there with us, and when we're lonely, that's really good. But there is this thing that we are all aware of called the comparison trap. It's really easy to get stuck in that comparison trap when you're watching a lot of vlogs. And I know because I've been there. You're comparing your life to someone else's life. We can't help it. We're human. It's just what we do. So then when you're watching multiple people's vlogs every single day, it's like, I'm not good enough because of this. I'm not good enough because of this. These people are living this great life. They're able to do this and I can't do this. And it can be very overstimulating for your brain. And in the same way, podcasts can do that as well. I tend to listen to quite motivating, uplifting podcasts. I listen to ones about fitness, about health, about motivation, about lifestyle, interviews, all of these things, which is fantastic. And that's what I would really recommend you guys listen to. But it can be a little bit of overload sometimes, because some days you just need to be a vegetable. You just need to just do nothing. So if you're constantly listening to people that are talking about hustling or talking about finding your niche or your hobby or using this time to be productive, it can just be a little bit too much. Again, I'm saying this because it's something that I'm struggling with at the moment. I'm listening to a lot of podcasts. They're people that are, I can't say this word, entrepreneurs? I think I said it. So they're away hustling, they're away doing their thing, finding their niche, and I end up feeling a little bit down about myself because I'm like, well, I haven't found my niche. They're able to work at the moment and get income, and I can't work at the moment and get income. And before I know it, I'm down this rabbit hole and I'm feeling really, really bad. And I have to be over cautious with stuff like this because of my anxiety and depression that I battle every single day at the moment. It's like waxing and waning, and so something like listening to too much podcasts can send me into a bit of a depressive episode, or in the other sense it can make me quite anxious because I feel like I'm not doing enough, and then I push and I push and I push. Maybe replace some of the podcasts you're listening to, some of the videos you're watching with music. What I personally do is when I'm working out, that's when I'll listen to like my upbeat like lyrics, like I get in the zone. But when I am just chilling, I tend to listen to lo-fi. There's this Spotify playlist that I love called Chill Hop. It's really, really good vibes. I used to listen to it a lot actually when I was studying for exams at uni. It's just chill. The clue is in the name, but I find it really good to unwind to. And if you are intent on watching your YouTube videos, that's when I would recommend watching like cooking videos and stuff. I've found some really good channels lately where they just experiment with recipes. It's very soothing. And in case anyone's wondering, yes, this is a light and easy delivery box. I have created a genius standing desk. That's another side note. Try and create a standing desk or else you'll feel like you're sitting down all day and your lower back will not thank you. Trust me. Some things that have really helped me during this time are making sure that I'm keeping active. Now that I am out of self-isolation, I've been making sure to go for walks, but if you are in self-isolation, just try and keep active where you can. I understand that not everyone has a garden, or I'm lucky enough to have a treadmill downstairs. I understand that not everyone has that, so if you can just do what you can to stay active, trust me, it's going to make you feel better during this time. I know that for me, if I look back on the days that I haven't had as much activity, those have been the days when I've struggled the most. Look, every day you're not going to feel like it, trust me. Yesterday, I think I hated my workout the whole entire time. But the important part is that I got it done and I did feel better afterwards. Sometimes the only thing that can keep you going is knowing that you are going to feel better afterwards. If you are struggling with motivation, try and link up with a friend. What I've been wanting to do is I need to get back on top of my yoga game, and I know that my friend is doing daily yoga videos, so I've said to him, let's choose a yoga video, let's do it at the same time, and it's kind of like a nice little thing to keep each other accountable. So please try and stay active, try and eat well during this time, let yourself have treats, and that's another tip that I'm going to say as well. Schedule in little treats. So first thing in the morning, I have my coffee, I have my very, very dark chocolate, 95%, go hard or go home. That's something I'll talk about in another video. So that's my first little treat, and then around 1 or 2 p.m. I have another coffee, another little piece of chocolate, because again, I love it. Keep those little treats in because it will keep you going. I think when this whole period ends, I probably will take out that second coffee and the second piece of chocolate because no, I don't need it. But for now, it gets me through the day and that's what's important. If you guys have any tips, I would love to know them. So leave them down below, but please make sure you're taking care of yourself during this time. Do what you have to do. And if that means one day you're having an hour-long bath with the best bath bomb and you're playing a lot of Animal Crossing, that's okay. I had that day 2 days ago. I really needed that day 2 days ago. But if that also looks like you're having a day where you're productive and you are journaling and meditating and working out, that's also really awesome and good on you. If you're able to work during this time, count your blessings. You may be a little bit envious of people that aren't able to work and just sitting at home all day. Don't be envious of us. It's boring, let me tell you. We all go through chapters of our lives and we are all currently going through this chapter together, which is a blessing in a way. And it's something that we're going to look back on for many, many years to come and have a lot of interesting discussions about it. But please stay safe. Stay at home if you can. Look out for one another. Make sure to smile to each other in the streets. Say hello to people where you can because you never know the anxiety that people are feeling right now. So just be kind. That's all I can say. I hope you liked this video. Please subscribe if you're new here. I will see you guys in my next video tomorrow, which will probably be the protein ball recipe, which I did intend to film today. But it is coming. Thanks for watching. See you later.